Hey, it's Jet Squad here, making our first Freedom Stick video, and the video I'm going to make is all around this Banish 30 suppressor from Silence Central. Big thumbs up from my youngest son for doing all the video work and all the audio control and everything, and then my oldest son for doing all the editing. Could not have done it without their help. What I wanted to do with this video is make one big video that shows everything that I wish I could have seen before I made the purchase. I still would have made it. I just wish I could have seen everything in one big video. So I've been waiting for years and years to buy a suppressor, and the real reason is because I didn't understand the process. I didn't know what forms to fill out. When I did fill them out, where did I send them? Do I need a trust? If I do need a trust, and how do I set that up? And how do I manage that? How do I add people to it? And I was explaining this to a good buddy at work, and he said he ordered all 4 of his suppressors online from Silence Central, and I'm like, what? Mind blowing, right? So he said, yeah, why don't you give him a call? So I said, well, why don't I give him a call? So I called Silence Central, got him by Alex, picked up the phone. When I order more suppressors, I'm absolutely just going to call him direct. I'm sure everybody there is great, but he was excellent. He even gave me his personal cell phone number, and I've been texting, been blowing it up. He probably regrets that, but anyway, he's great. So he kind of explained everything to me, what to expect throughout the whole thing, and he asked me what calibers are you shooting, and I told him, and he said, well, what do you want out of the suppressor? And I said, well, I want the quietest suppressor I can get. I don't care about the size of it, the weight, or anything. And he said, well, it sounds like you need a Banish 30. And I said, well, yeah, it sounds like I do need a Banish 30. And I have some friends that ask me, well, why do you care about having a suppressor? And there's a lot of reasons. One of them, probably the biggest driver, was where I hunt. It's a farm kind of surrounded by a bunch of fancy houses, and shoot a bunch of groundhogs or some deer with a rifle, and people get all excited. You know what I mean when you leave out of there. Anyway, and before he took the order, right when he was getting ready to click submit, he said, now look, whether you order 1 suppressor or 4, it's the same amount of weight, same amount of paperwork. And at the time, I'm like, no, it's fine. I just need 1. Well, about 2 weeks after I placed the order, since then, I've regretted that decision. I know times are tough. Let's go Brandon, right? But if there's any way you can swing it, I would highly recommend that you order everything you think you need, because it's not really going to change anything except for obviously the price. But if I'd have known that, I would have ordered. If I really would have considered that, I would have ordered a Banish 22 from my Rimfire stuff, probably 2 Banish 30s, and then they even have a 12 gauge suppressor, which would be just awesome for clays and hunting in general. I would have ordered. But anyway, the ship has sailed. So Alex recommended I guess it's like some kind of bundle, and I highly recommend it. So one of the things that comes in it is this blanket. You almost have to have this, especially if you have any optics on the gun. Just the heat from this thing is ridiculous, only after a few shots. It also came with a 1/2 by 28 to 5/8 by 24 thread adapter. You need that for your smaller calibers. And it came with this nice baffle removal tool. I have not used it yet, but it looks like a quality piece. So anyway, we went through. He said, well, do you want to order one? I said, absolutely. Let's do this now. And so he said, look, once I submit this, you're going to get a lot of emails, so you check in your email. And he was right. You get emails saying, hey, do this, hey, do that. One thing I will say, the warning there is be careful. For whatever reason, a couple of the emails, even though they're coming from the same Silence Central, they went to my spam box, and it cost me a couple of days because I didn't think to check it for whatever reason. So just check both all the time. Their website is amazing. So I talked about Alex giving me his personal cell phone number. Probably 9 out of 10 questions I asked him were already on the website. So just take time to read through and look at all the frequently asked questions. It will really help you out. But once you start the process, they have all these. It shows you all the steps that you have to do, and it shows you where you are and what you're waiting on. So it's really nice. So one of the things they send out is a fingerprint kit. I actually got 2 cards, and they give you the little ink pad. I filled out both of the fingerprints because I wanted this to go through no matter what. So I figured they're experts. They could pick the best fingerprints. When you go to take your picture, if you have an iPhone, go to the square setting so that you don't have like a rectangular picture, and send a square picture. They show you kind of how to do it, tell you how to do it. Don't smile. Don't know why that matters, but it does. So don't smile. Look like you just got arrested for something, really. Alex told me it'd be about 8 months. Well, I was fully submitted on August 14th of 2023, and I received confirmation that I was approved on February 12th. So I think that's 6 months. However, after that, and they tell you this, they have to send a certified letter by the mail to your local sheriff's office. Once they get it, they have to give them 7 business days to review or do whatever they're going to do. That's where I lost quite a few days, is because for whatever reason that email saying, sign this last document went to spam. I didn't see it. But nonetheless, USPS, so it does ship directly to your house. You have to have an adult signature. USPS showed up, and I literally heard angels sing on March 4th as they walked the package up to me. So what you're about to see is me shooting at my great buddy's 100-yard private range. He built me this awesome steel platform so I can shoot prone for safety reasons and mirage reasons. But I'm shooting the main calibers that I wanted to suppress. So 17 WSM, my AR-15, 6.5 Creedmoor, and a 308. And then at the end, there's a bonus. My 9-year-old son is shooting his great grandpa's 22 pistol, and the reason for that is because it's fun, but also we wanted to kind of show you the sound suppression difference. We struggled a whole lot with getting the audio right, as you'll see in the video. It was crazy winds, and we finally found a setting that sort of worked, but didn't get drowned out by all the wind. It really doesn't do it justice. It doesn't, but I'll talk more about that in a minute. So point of impact shift, you will see a point of impact shift, but I will say that all of my hand loads, the accuracy did not deteriorate in any way. In fact, I would argue it's maybe even a little bit better, and it's probably because all my guns shoot better than me, but because of the recoil reduction, which is noticeable, and the shot anticipation, the boom that you normally would hear, with that being quieter, it's just more pleasant to shoot. So you kind of maintain your form better, if that makes sense. The 17 WSM, and I'll get my oldest son to put a link down in the description. It's a Savage VMAG, and I struggled a whole lot, as many of you guys did, with accuracy of that gun. I got 17 HMR. That's like a hammer. The WSM just wasn't, and I did all kinds of stuff, and I made it better, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the extra barrel weight, if it's barrel timing, no idea, but the 17 WSM is way more accurate with the suppressor, which I thought was, that's the best of both worlds, right? Win-win. So Sonics Essential claims that the Banish 30 is hearing safe, and I can absolutely confirm that. And again, it's hard to tell in the video without the suppressor on. I've got these electronic earmuffs, and they clip the peak, but then after that they come back to life, and just the boom that just echoes forever that you normally get with the centerfire. You know what I'm talking about. It's crazy. And then with the suppressor, everything I'm shooting is supersonic, so you're going to get the crack regardless. But I pulled the earmuffs off; did not bother me at all. It's definitely hearing safe. Just a crack. It's pretty phenomenal. Like I said, the video won't really do it justice, but I'm a believer. And like I said, whenever I use the suppressor, I don't use any hearing protection. Absolutely fine. So the only issues I had with it, not really issues, but just FYIs, is this blanket. Really, I've been kind of cranking on it. getting it tighter and tighter as it heats up, and it's doing it less and less. But it does tend to move forward because the rifle recoils, and it'll move forward. Apparently, that's a very common problem. They're looking at ways to fix that. I have a couple ideas. I may do that in another video. The other one is, it's a direct thread, and I was really worried about baffle strikes. So, at first I would just kind of kiss it tight, because the threads on this are bananas tight. They're great. Not tight in a good way. They're cut very well. And I would just kind of kiss it, to tighten it up, and it would loosen up after about 10 shots or so. So I asked Silencer Central, and they recommended two things. I only tried one of them because the first one worked. The first one was, when you get it close to bottoming out on the shoulder on the barrel, just kind of snap it. It's no other way I really can describe it other than that. Just kind of snap it tight, and once it gets hot, you can hit it again, and then it stays. They also recommend you could try blue Loctite, but I have so many different rifles that I'll try that later if the snapping thing seems to not work. But as of right now, it is working. Let's see. There's one other thing I wanted to talk about, and I can't remember what it is. In the video you're about to see, you're not seeing double. I'm a Savage freak. My second most accurate rifle is a FTR in 308, and I believe it's in that floating bolt head. That's another video. So anyway, I wanted a 6.5 Creedmoor, so I bought their Elite Precision, and I love the MDT chassis. It's great. The gun's a hammer, like all my Savages. And I liked it so much that I took some money from a rifle I sold way back, and I used that to buy the exact same rifle in 308. So, same exact rifle, one 6.5 and one 308. Anyway, I think that's everything. Like I said, I'm not going to ever shorten this. You can look at videos on how to do that. And Jesus loves you. God bless.
You hit it. See it moving?
Yeah.
Got right in the neck.